Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so now can you choose a topic to talk about?
We have topic 14. The city or the countryside.
Okay, so topic 14. Okay, so which other audience here, if you want to go to the practice Zoom with topic 14, so please let me know in the chat box. So now, Trang and Tâm, you can start now your conversation. Okay, Tâm and Trang, can you start now?
Oh, teacher.
Tom. Hello, Tom. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Hello, Tom. Where were you born?
Um, well, I was born in Dalat, a well-known city in Lamdong province. And it is called the Kingdom of Flowers, where you can see all types of flower there. It's really beautiful there. And how about you? Where were you born?
Yeah, I was born in Thái Bình province, which is located in the north of Vietnam. It is 115 kilometers from Hanoi, capital. And Tom, have you ever lived in a rural area?
Well, at a city, at a citizen um, of urban city of urban, I have never lived in rural area before, but I suppose that is a nice place, a tranquil and peaceful place with a vast meadows and a forest. So how about you? Have you ever lived in rural area?
Mm, I have never lived in rural area. And actually, my hometown is not bustling same Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi capital. It is small, but it developed some with some restaurants, schools, and even supermarket. Now, how do you think?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and now we will talk about the advantage and disadvantage of living in the country. And I will talk about advantage, and you will talk about disadvantage of the. Do you, do you agree with me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay, now I will talk first. And as for me, I think living in the countryside has some advantage. Firstly, the people they are friendly, hospitable, kind, and acute. And moreover, it is not polluted because it don't have a lot of traffic or industrial dose, and the water or the air is very fresh. In the morning, when we can go outside to talk, um, to talk with other people, do exercise, and enjoy fresh. And finally, as for me, I think living in the countryside it is very cheap. It is not too much the same high uh, the same city to have the chance to enjoy the food. It is fresh food in your garden or neighbor's garden. Yes, you can eat a lot of fresh fruit or fresh vegetable. Yes, and maybe I think Dalat is a interesting and you have the chance to eat a lot of fresh food. Yes, and
Um,
um, And okay, and Antam, now you will talk about the uh, detrimental of living in the countryside.
Well, I can say that there are many drawbacks of living in the countryside. For a young person like me, I don't have many options to follow my dream job. Um, and the capacity to earn money in the rural area is lower than metropolises. And of course, I love the hectic pace of life. So the flashes of light, many have bright building at night. So they are always my cup of tea, which I never see in the countryside. And of course, I can see that with the noisy and the energetic lives in Ho Chi Minh City is suit me more than in the countryside. Um, well, do you like countrymen?
Okay,
What
sorry,
are
sorry,
their
Tom.
character?
Okay, sorry, Tom, and sorry, everyone. Now I see a lot of people in this group. And what are you doing now? We will talk each other, or only me and Tom talk.
Actually, in this room, only you and them.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Tom. And can you ask me again?
Uh, do you like countrymen and what are their characteristics?
Okay. Um, it is a very interesting question. It is very difficult for me to say, but um, if I have to say, I will say yes, because I think countrymen, they are industrious, hospitable, kind, careful, and acute. Yeah. And how about you?
Um, well, I suppose yes, countrymen. I don't ever met. I haven't ever met countrymen before, but I heard them from online, from internet and newspaper. They are really kind and they always set aside time to have other and you know that they crucial onyx and an outgoing person. They always show the color, and I think that a great soulmate for me.
Yes.
Um, what do you think about students coming from provinces?
I don't know about your city, but I will talk something about my knowledge. And as for me, I think the student, they come from countryside. They are hardworking and industrious and honest. For example, the student, they have to study at school. They also have their parents at home. Yeah, and moreover, they when another people have some trouble, they will have them to pass. And I think the student from the city, they are very good. Yeah. And how do you think about the student in your cities? It
Um,
is my opinion. It is I see my friends or my niece, and I talk to you. Yeah. So how about the student in your cities?
in my city, there are many students coming from other provinces, and especially they are really talented. I I know that they're not coming from a wealthy family, so they try their best to concentrate on their professional and their skills so that they easily get the high position and the handsome salary that other people who come from a rich family. I mean that rich. Um, yeah. Had you ever taken part in the three summer volunteer campaign in a remote country?
Um, I don't have the chance to enjoy this group, and but I know this group is an organization about it has a lot of meaningful activities. For example, they visiting and giving gifts for the poor family, and even beside they also give awards for the student who are hardworking and study very well, but their family are poor. Yeah, and I think if I have the chance in the future, I will join this group to share and volunteer. And how about you? And how about you when you're a student or now?
Well, when I was a student, I have a chance to take part in the Dream Summer Volunteer campaign. Um, in a remote area, that is Dakhla, and I suppose that it is one of the best campaign I have ever tried in my life. That campaign is to the purpose of the campaign is to improve rural living standards and of course, the charity activities includes protecting the environment, into the social welfare. I suppose that they are good and they are the trends for poor people and to have them to have a better standard living and to make people closer to each other. Um, Well, if you have a chance to work in the rural area, are you willing to take it?
Yes, I have to say definitely yes. I think the people and actually now I am a teacher. I want to spread my knowledge to another people, and especially the student. They are living in rural area. They have less condition and even more they don't have too much time to attend school, so I think I if I have the chance I will help them to go to school every day and give my knowledge um, and make them to be better and uh, have you get married.
Well, not yet. I'm single now.
And if you want to get married, which one will you choose? A husband coming from the countryside or the big city?
Well, as I mentioned before, if I had a chance to marry to make a commitment with a person, I would like to choose a country's man. Um, I I suppose that country's men are not really handsome as urban men, but they have many good quality of characteristic that I inspire, such as they are really good at helping other people, them catch and always show their color to me so that I'm easier to trust them, and especially I think that they are really loyal to me, not like many urban men. And of course, I love especially the one that I love most about them is that they are always good at doing household chores and especially cooking.
And do you like cooking?
Um, I know cooking, but it's really not good. It's not really my cup of tea, and that sometimes I had to struggle with cooking a dinner or lunch for myself, so that I let someone else, a person who can cook for me.
Yeah. Okay. I think yes, it is the reason why you should choose the person. Your husband come from countryside. Yes, they are. They also give you a good cook, a good food. Yeah. Okay. And do you think about rural men are more honest than urban ones?
Yes, as I mentioned before, they are really honest, brutal. I mean, they always speak up their mind, and because they always flow to other people, so it's easy for them to honest. And I mean that they're so naive, and they don't have much appearance in lying people, and maybe it depends on what kind of person, but almost men in the countryside, I say they are really, really naive and innocent.
Yeah, but in my opinion, it is a very difficult question, and actually, it is very difficult to say. The man in the city or the man in countryside, who is honest, who is more honest. But as for me, I think we have to talk, and we have to understand about characteristic. It is depends on their family and environment. Yeah. and and um and I think so. I, I think this question is 15%. It is very very difficult. Yeah. And I'm and what do you think about Saigonese?
Well, I have been to Saigon twice in the past, and I don't have much um, option. I don't have many options to contact with them. But for me, for the first sight, I met them. I saw they come from many different provinces, like such as Cần Thơ, Tây Nguyên, but I suppose that they are really kind and hospitable. But others are not rude, and I mean a little bit mean. They just care about themselves and just talk about how to earn money and make the best beneficial for them.
Oh, really? It is new information for me. And I don't know that I am living in the north, so maybe the country is different. But I know some information. The girl in Saigon, they are very sweet. But it is very difficult to say. Okay, they maybe it is the not they are they are not hardworking in the same no, the girl in the north. And about the men, they are generous, but the people they live in Saigon, they don't know how to save money. Is it correct? I don't know. So can you give me some new information?
I think that you should ask someone from Saigon because as I mentioned before, I don't have many options. I have many chances to meet and contact with them. But I see it depends on what kind of people you meet. Some are really good and they are really hardworking. They come from other provinces, and as I said, they are not come from a wealthy family, so they try their best to work, and really hardworking, and I know how to set aside money for saving, such as saving from others, from other activities.
Okay, if I have the chance in the future, I will book a ticket to go to Saigon, and maybe I will have the chance to understanding more about the people in this city. And I have to say sorry if in this group, in this room, have Saigon people. Yes, I, I don't know, so I have to ask. Okay, and now we will change. We have just talked about the countryside. Now we will change to the big city. And now, what are the advantages of the big city?
Mm, well, there are many disadvantages and advantage of living in the big city. I will talk about advantages, and you will talk about disadvantages. Are you agree? Do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Um, well, as I mentioned before, for a young person like me, I always had my dream of living in metropolises. I want to have a better life, and I want to have and pursue my dream job, and of course it has some salary. So I want to move to metropolises, big cities such as Ho Chi Minh City, so that I could have a better life. And of course, as you know that I'm into high-rise buildings, the lights at night, and the hectic space of life there, the noisy and the energetic life there is always my cup of tea. And living in a city that you have a chance to change yourself is more easier for you to approach to many techniques in education, medical, and enjoy cultural diversity. Um, so that you can meet more people and make friends, and maybe you can earn experiences about social skills, yeah, social skill of your professional skills as well. Although, mm, and besides, there are many disadvantages of living in big cities. Can you tell me?
Yeah. Uh, Besides some advantages, uh, living in the city will have some trouble. Firstly, maybe you will see a lot of traffic, and especially about in rush hour. But it will make traffic jam, and moreover, it also make the air is polluted. And moreover, in the city also has a lot of industrial zones, so the air is not fresh. And furthermore, the people don't have the chance to eat good food, and especially about the fresh food. The same the people they live in the countryside, so it make the pressure to the healthcare. And uh, and um, and next disadvantage I will talk to you. The people they live in a big city or urban area, they are not friendly, and they only know their house. And maybe when they have some trouble, they don't have any people to talk and help them to pass. Yes, I think it is some disadvantage from living city, but if I have, but I think the people living in the city it is better than rural area. They have the chance to accept to a high standard living. Yeah. And do you think living in the big city man becomes a robot?
Wow, it is really a crucial questions for me because I maybe it's theory, it's half and half. Living in the city, the with the life is getting modern and moderner and moderner, so that we are easily to approach to high tech. And nowadays, with I mean, there's a convenient robots, um, techniques, many such as like washing machine, people are easily to focus in their job, in their professional. Um, but working in the big company, um, you have to work hard and in the uniform and work everything in the process. I mean that it's hard for them if something happens. For example, if a customer complains about your products, a impolite customer talk, said bad mouths about your company, make you in the struggle in the tough situation, it's really hard for you to handle it because you should do your work in the process that your boss tell you to do it. So it's hard for you to handle everything perfectly. So and I think they are more become a robot than a normal human person. Do you think so? Do you think living in a big city men become a robot? Are you, are you there?
Oh, sorry. Um, no, I don't think so. I think the men they are living in the big city. They are very dynamic, sporty, flexible, and cute. Yes, they they have opportunity to learn a lot talent subjects. For example, guitar, uh, um, some active dance, uh, and English, and they were even they also take part in some sport, so they are very dynamic. Um, and and this statement, they become a robot, is wrong. Yes, but it's the same. The people they live in the in a rural area. Then they depends on their characteristic or their family and even environment. Some men or it is some children, their parents are working and they are busy. They don't have time. Their son don't have the chance home a lot. They is not a robot, but they not a flexible and acute as another another man. Yes, I think so. And do you agree with my idea?
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with that.
Yes. Okay. Nowadays, why don't many students from province after graduating want to come back to their province to work?
Hmm. Well, it depends, and I think there are many reasons for that because they in their province, especially in the rural area, they don't have many chances to develop themselves, and so that and they don't have a chance to approach to high tech education, architecture, and so that they move to metropolis in order to pursue their dream job and to get a handsome salary with a high position in the company. They have many options to choose their job, and they have more environment to develop themselves in many skills, such as social skills. So that I think that many people they don't want to come back again the province to work. How about you? Do you think do you
Yes, it is
think why
exactly.
yeah, so do you think that why many people, students from provinces, after graduating, so why do they not want to come back to their provinces to work?
Yes, I agree with you because when they come back to their hometown, which is urban, rural area, they don't have the chance to communicate with another people, and um, even more, it is not a lot of chance to get a high salary and job. And moreover, the condition and infrastructure in the rural area, it is very weak. So they don't have the chance to enhance their stuff. And when they come back to their province, maybe the salary it is not enough to live and support their family. Yes, I think so. And I think it's the uh, good reason to make the gap between the rural area and urban area bigger and bigger. And do you agree with me?
Yeah, sure. Um, I agree. I agree totally. Um, for many people, I suppose that um, the bigger gap between the rural and the urban areas, and for many people, they move, they leave their hometown and move to another big city. So they are really, as I mentioned before, they are really talented people because they know that they are not come from rich family, so they just focus on their professional, how to earn more money to help their family, and so that and it actually when they move to another city, they have that city develop more and more. And some people they have a tendency to think that living in big city they will live forever. So that the incomes and about the development in that city will raise. And from and some people they don't think that they will return to their hometown to do charity work and to have poor people like them. So the gap between education, medical, and even though the techniques is bigger and bigger for those areas. Do you think so?
Okay, yes. Maybe I live in the north, so Hanoi capital. It has a lot of school, healthcare, and uh, okay, sorry, and
Are you there? Okay.
sorry, I have some problem with my mic. Okay, um, yes, I definitely agree with you that um, and and I think and I want to ask you the question. Do you want to live in your hometown or Ho Chi Minh City? Maybe Ho Chi Minh City, it is a big city in the south, and you can talk something about the uh, difference between your country, your city, and Ho Chi Minh City. It is, it has a gap, or it is the same.
Like I live in Dalat, I a small city in Lamdam province, and I think it is completely different between my city and Ho Chi Minh City because in my city it's slow. I mean the lives is not hectic and it's not a fast pace. It's not pace such as Ho Chi Minh City, and for in Dalat they tend to live in Dalat because it is about the nature, about the fresh air, and about the scenery. Usually, our elderly people, and the people who want to live more want to live closer to the nature, want to live in Dalat. They just want to avoid from noisy and uh, from surrounding areas. I don't like high-rise buildings anymore or industrial zone. I just want to have a cozy little houses for their family, and that's why they choose the last to live when they are pension, when they are pensioner. After earning a huge income, they moved to Dalat to live for the rest of life. And they choose the outskirts of the city to live. And it's not like Ho Chi Minh City is for the youth to live. They love how to train themselves. They love towering skyscrapers, um, and of course they can enjoy the many local cuisine and cultural diversity and the trendy coffees, many something like that. So they energetic for the youth, and you know that um, it depends on the people, the society think about Đà Lạt or Ho Chi Minh City because I don't think there is a big gap between them because they are totally different one and they are both developed cities. As you know that Đà Lạt is strong for tourists for their fresh air it is called as a small village in Europe because it is like the I mean that the manufacturer, the um, architecture is like Europe, especially France, and it's more modern like Europe area, and not like Ho Chi Minh City. They are more about they are like Asian country more than Europe. So they are both developed and enriched. I think so. Do you agree with me?
Well, it is a very interesting. Yes, Dalat. It is a famous city in Vietnam, and it attracts a lot of tourists because of destination. Yes, and in the future, I will go to Dalat to enjoy the the place and landscape in this city. And do you study English from foreigners or English center? And your English is very well.
Can you ask me again? Hi there. Can you ask me again?
Okay, sorry. And I hear your English is very well. And you live in Dallas City. It attract a lot of foreigners. Do you study English from foreigners or English center?
Actually, I don't have many ability to meet foreigners or to go to the English center. I study English by myself. Just imitate the foreigners, imitate people. Uh, my favorite series such as How I Love Your Mother or Friends, a sitcom, is very famous and popular in Vietnam. And I think that self-learn is more important than just meeting foreigners or just going to the center without any foundation. Yeah, so I don't go to any, I haven't yet been to any English center, but sometimes I used to speak to many foreigners, but actually, and usually they are non-native speaker. They're from, I mean, uh, they're from Turkey. Some of them from Japan. Not all of them um, from Europe or America. I mean, they are not native speakers, so they are same like me.
And have you and do you have to do you want to be a tour guide for foreigner when they come to your city, and you will be a tour guide to talk about your landscape, your city, because actually your English is very well and clearly.
Actually, I hope that my dream is to travel around the world. I love how to change cultural diversity with lots of people. And I love Europe and many countries which has a cold, which has a cold weather and cold atmosphere. So I would love to be a guide to get them to many places in my city as well. And but I think that the motivation or the passion to learn English is to enter to many English club, talking a lot with your friends. You should have your partner every day. I have a partner. We practice English every day. We call each other at a fixed time at a certain time, about 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. so that we can exchange what our was about our daily lives, everything we are concerned about. I think it's the best way for you to improve your English. And I think talk it, talking a lot and speaking. I mean, speaking English a lot is the best key. It's a key for you to speak well.
Okay. Do you want to speak more about this topic or no? Or do you want to talk something about self?
I mean that we start as 4 p.m. and now it's nearly 5 p.m. and then I think it's enough for me now. Uh, yeah, you should talk to other people if you want
Yeah.
because
Okay. I'm here. Yes, it's very great to hear your conversation, and you know that every couple so in this meeting, so they usually talk maybe almost 1 hour together, and you know that you and Tom also finish your conversation, but in the practice Zoom, so many people still talk. Yes, and like that's Tâm says before, that's the best way to improve our English is talk every day. Have a partner and talk every day. And you know, in our group, you can do this. That's talk all day, not every day. All day from morning to just when you go to sleep. We still have class for you to practice. So thank you, Tâm and also Trang, for your great conversation. And I hope that with the learner, with the listening people in this main room, they learn from you. Yes, and can apply some sentence or some idea from you in the next Zoom when they go to practice Zoom and stay here in the main room. Uh, one more time, thank you for Trang and Tâm for your great conversation.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and you know, as Dallas also my favorite just destination to go, but now it's quite hard to go there because of the coronavirus pandemic. So we can't go anywhere. But Dallas is really the really that's my favorite destination to go. I enjoy a lot when I stay there. Okay, so now if we finish, yes, if you finish your conversation and also we finish this topic, so I think I can end this meeting. Or anyone want to tell anything? Does anyone want to say anything else before I end this meeting?
Thank you, Mr. Ha. Yes, it is the first time I have the chance to enjoy group, to join group. But so I don't know. And we are talking seven. So we are talking some questions about this topic, and we also ask another question. Maybe it is a better another people or no.
Actually, you know that other people they go to the small room. That they still in this room, but they go to another room, and they still talk like you. Like you, they have the same conversation or another topic, but they also have 1 hour to talk together. So no worry about them. And you know that's maybe because I open this class every day. So maybe tomorrow you and Trang can go to the practice room. So can it have appearance in that group in that room?
Yes, yes. When I have free time, I will take part in this group. I think it is a very interesting. Um, it will help me to improve my speaking skill and um, with some people. Yeah, and even more, I know about my level English, and I will I will know the way to enhance my level. Yeah, and today I have the chance to talk with Miss Tâm. I am very lucky to talk with her. Yes, her English is very well, and I have to learn from her a lot.
Yes. And do you have this this schedule? I share my screen. This you have this schedule. This I send you this schedule.
Yes, I have. I get
Uh,
the schedule from my email.
okay, so actually this room is for basic people. That's all of us Vietnamese people. But if you join in another, just another link like 9 a.m. today, so we can have a chance to meet maybe native speaker or the foreigner. That's the people from all over the world, and they also learn English like us.
May I ask something? Because
Yes.
when I attend to many advanced class, they are all Indians. Is there, so I mean that we are connected to Indian Zoom. Do we have another? I mean another people from other countries?
Oh, actually, I don't know. Maybe because you usually go to the Indian room, but for me, I have parents and I meet so many people, not just only Indian people.
Yeah,
So,
because I when I went to I attended to the link when Toro sent sent to her timeline.
mm,
When I attended it, they are also always Indians, and I think that maybe we are just connected to
where
Indians.
in web talk? No, no, actually no, because you know that India is a big city and also the population. Yes, the population in this country also really big. So that's why I think not only on web talk or not only on Zoom, on some group.
Google Meet.
Yes,
Yeah,
Google Meet
I mean,
and many kinds of. Yes, we usually meet Indian and Bangladesh people.
yeah, I
Uh,
see.
but with the IELTS, you know, here we have the IELTS here. So this group also become here. This class is a yes, is a I don't know, but maybe the Indian or Bangladesh person create this. So usually this one have yes, so many Indian or Bangladesh people, but I think just only this one, but another one I don't think so because I can miss all people all over the world, not only from Bangladesh or India.
So I mean, I mean that so how I mean that when try to get the link to many other countries country people. I mean that because
Uh, yeah, can you ask me again so I can understand more about your question?
um because when Totoro sent the schedule to many people and with the advanced class uh, um there is just one link and often there is just one link and I always click the link in the time to the class and always see the Indian because there is just one link and so I don't know where other countries people are.
So you talk about that when you click to this, and also we just have a link here, right? Like
You
the link
already have
here.
the link. You only have
Yes.
one link and all of them I think that many I mean that many times I mean that all the time when I click in it and all of them are Indian people. I don't see any other country
I
people.
think no, actually no. Maybe because you have a really yes destiny with Indian people, but no, actually no, because this link is all from all over the world, not from the only the Indian. Maybe you is it from you only because in my case I join in so many, and also we have Yes, I met so many people all over the world, not only Indian. Just only the class here. If you click in the class IELTS in 10 p.m., so you will miss the Indian bus from other links. I think not only Indian. Maybe you can ask. Maybe if you click to other link, so you can ask them. You can ask the host to change your room to another room that don't have Indian if you don't like.
Yeah, okay. I mean that's so the IL class only for Indian, right?
No, 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 no.
Thank you for your advice. And if in the evening I have the chance to take the group, I will ask the host because actually my listening skill is not good. I can't hear the strange accent. Yes, some people they are from Indian or Arabic states. It is a very difficult sound to hear. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Yes, actually, you can tell with the host, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the host will know who is Indian. But in my case, actually, I can meet so many people. For example, last night I and Kiyo also in the room, and we don't miss any Indian. And also another class. I think just only one or two Indian people, not so many. But because their population too really big, so I think that they show up anyway.
Now I am studying grammar on the YouTube, and I found some videos from India. Oh, their accent very strange, so I have to try my best to hear. Yeah.
Yes, I think with Indian because they have their own accent. So if you can listen them, you can understand they. Yes, they are talker. So I think you can improve a lot in your listening skills, because you know that some of Indian, even though they have a really hard accents and really difficult to hear, but they still get the high score in IELTS. And also, when they talk with maybe native speaker, I can see that the native speaker can understand too. But with the Indian have a low level, I have the same experience that I cannot understand. But here in the link here, I think I have just selections that I choose the best link for you already. So the people they join in the meeting and talk with you usually have the high level.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. So I hope that my advice can help you when you join in another club. But which link do you usually go and meet the Indian people? Tâm?
Usually I have total